Go through. Now we're speaking up girls about the 10-foot line. So kind of spacing yourself out between the 10-foot line and the net. What you're going to do on the far side. Caleb, one more, Caleb! Caleb, through! 5 numbers up there. We get 5 numbers. Back down. Go up, reach 5 numbers. Remember them. Remember them. Legend. Go back down. Knee drop. Now how are you going to get those down?
You got it.
Caleb, we're halfway done. Let's switch. Girls, boys on the far side. The other side of the net. On this side. Bring the net and line. So as you listen a little bit harder.
You have to watch it.
Okay, boys, I need some of you to separate, go back a little bit behind where Landon is, coaching over there. I need some in front at the sideline. Landon, come up the white line here. Riley, white line.
Wow, Brandon. Nice. Nice try.
Yes. 6 foot, let's go, Brandon. And wait. Brandon, move forward. Wait, move forward a little bit. You're getting better. Oh, can you just go back a little bit for me yet? Brandon, want to go ahead? All right, again, welcome to our 2020 Fall Sports Party. It's great that we can get into season. Sometimes summer, I'm not sure when it was, I'm not sure if we were able to play or not. But unfortunately, the CCAC meeting went ahead with it. The IAA, after the governor said he recommends no sports till the beginning of next year. So I'm glad we can get a full season. Congratulations to both teams. The girls volleyball, as far as success, as far as wins and losses, you may not have been successful. But I got to see a lot of your home games, and it was neat to be able to watch you play times you played real well together, and you played with some of the better teams. You had stretches where you played well. And so congratulations for doing that. Guys, as I think it was announced this morning in school, I think you were the sectional champs as far as I know. I think you're back and look for sure. But Coach might give some statistics. Your only loss is to a cross-section team. I think we're Central, they're considered the East. So enjoy the rest of the time. Hope you had some good time during activity time. Good competitive volleyball between the guys and the girls here. That was neat to see. So thanks for your participation in the season. Thanks to the parents. You can wave to your parents and thank them for supporting us as an athletic program, for supporting you individually as their sons and daughters. So thank you, parents. Thanks particularly for those who help with driving to away games. Anybody that helped run lines at soccer, and also the people that helped right here in the volleyball matches. So thank you. And thanks to our coaches, Coach Mallory Weaver, Coach Andre Patricia, and for their contribution. Just a few announcements. I'll turn over to Coach Weaver. Uniforms, I think a few of you brought them. There is a table outside the building doors here heading toward the locker rooms on the right. Even if you have them here on the stage or over there in my office, just make sure you get on the table for me. Try to separate them from the other ones. Won't social distance the uniforms, but it'll just help me to know this is this person's whatever. So please do that for me. Winter sports. Registration was over as far as October 15th, but technically there's still time. So if anybody's interested, let me know. This year you have an update. We have, I think, 6 boys basketball players. So that's a team, but we can't have more than 2 out. Brennan.
Are we able to play in, like we play our team play the B team and the A team?
No, we'll probably just go with 1 day. Don't like 6, don't go with the 18. Now, if we get about 3 or 4 more, then maybe we can play some B games. Girls, I only have 1 middle school girl, so if anybody's interested, you brushed up your talents here. So see me if you're interested, and maybe we get a girls team together, we'll see. Archery, we have, I think at this point, we have 12 on the middle school archery team, and in competition, we shoot with 12. And so, really shouldn't have anybody absent, because we need 12, we'll get 1 person on standby. So if anybody's interested, in middle school, there's plenty of room for that. Well, enough said, as far as announcements, I'd like to introduce Coach Valerie Weaver. She has coached, I'm not sure how many years. She had, I think, all her children play some type of sport here at LAMS, and they were good athletes for us, and of course they moved on, and probably all of them adults now, I would consider. So she has helped coach girls basketball for quite a few years. She's helped coach our boys volleyball team, and they have a team this year. So I may give her a ring or text or talk to her person, whatever, about coaching boys volleyball, we'll see. I'm going to let her take the time and share about the girls volleyball season. So give her your attention. Coach Weaver. Not really. You're talking to them parents.
All right, well. Okay. Well, girls volleyball. It's been a while since I got to coach middle school girls volleyball. So it was fun to be back in the gym, playing volleyball again, and getting to know all of these lovely ladies. With only 7, we couldn't have an A and B team, so we ended up putting everybody in the A team. And I'll talk about that a little bit later, from individual players. Just to put you guys all in, we had a team time every start of every practice. And once a week, we try to do a devotional type thing. And so we had a phrase that I had the girls say all the time. It was the word team. So I'll see if they remembered it. It's been 2 weeks since we said it. So you guys ready? Team.
Together we are more than we are individually.
E.
Encouragement builds, criticism destroys.
A.
All in, all the time.
M.
Make memories.
So that was kind of our philosophy for the season. We wanted to be a team and work as a unit. It's always nice to win, but win or lose, I wanted to be a time where they got to know each other in a different way than just like do a school and to bond together. So that was one of the goals. Always wanted to be positive and encouraging, so it's always a good character trait. And we wanted everyone to give their best effort all the time. So all in all the time, and wanted to make lots of memories. So hopefully you guys made lots of memories and they weren't all terrible bad memories. Hopefully you don't worry about what our record was. That's really important. One of our, so we used 1 Corinthians 12 for our T, the together thing, and we talked about how everyone is needed to make a complete, well, the Bible talks about a body, and we need all parts of our body to be a complete body, so we talked about put that into the team. So I drew my 1 Corinthians 12 person here, my lady, and that was the white of my easel. My voice line, so we'll talk about the girl about. Some basic stats for you guys. We played 12A games, 12A matches, best of 3. So we had 2 of those matches with 3 sets. A set is a game. If you don't know volleyball, you know. So we actually played 26 games, if you would. There was 2 or 3 in each match. Our first game against LCCS was one of those games that went to one of those matches that went to 3 sets, and High Point, which, boy, that one just slipped away from us. I thought we had that one and it got away from us. So that one hurt a lot to lose that one. The LCCS one was just kind of exciting. It was our first game, so it kind of gave us a feel for where we were at for the season and you know what we could expect. So we were somewhere in between an A team and a B team. The better A teams didn't match with them too well. A lot of the A teams, we were right there. We were right there in the matches, especially till the end of the season. And the B teams, a lot of B teams were created because we had the same girls like those. But there were other B teams that were really good that we did end up losing our last B match. So let's see what else I got down here. The B team, we had 5 B matches. We went 3-2 with the B team. And our wins were against Manheim Christian Day the first time around, Veritas and Lucas Christian, and then Boston Day Spring and Manheim second. So that's just a little background on those kind of season stats. Let me just introduce you to the girl. Oh, let me tell you some of our playing stats. If you ever saw me at game, I always have a clipboard and I was keeping stats. I'm a numbers girl. I like seeing stats. I like being able to compare, see progress showing up in the numbers as we get better and skills develop. So I have stats. I don't know if the girls kept them, if they just chuck them there and talk about. But anyway, some of them I enjoy, some of them are just like, go get them. Practice them. So just a few highlights for our serving. We had Abby and Lydia both served at 92% for the season. So that's really good. That means over 9 out of 10 serves. And they, in fact, Abby served 77 times and Lydia 65 times. And then that's really good to be getting over 9 out of 10 in all the time, 92%. Very close behind was Maggie, who also served the most on our team. She had 107 serves in the season. She was at 91%. So she was, everyone else was down to the 80s and 70s. So those 3 were up to 90% for the season. Did a really great job in the serving line for us. Let's see, aces. Maggie led, Maggie did lead the team in A games with aces, 35 for the season. Lydia led on the B team with 43. Some of that had to do with where they were at in the serving rotation. So if they were later in the serving rotation, a lot of times they didn't get to serve as often. They didn't come around before the game ended, so they didn't have many opportunities. So those two were some of my lead-off servers. They got the opportunity to serve more often. And they didn't serve it. Serve receive. So when the team serves at you, that very first touch you have on the ball is called the serve receive, and it's a pass. And that often determines whether you can run an offense. If you can pass well, you can run an offense with it, otherwise you're just trying to get the ball alive. So on our serve receive, Abby was our go-to person. So let me see if I can explain this to you guys quickly. So if you pass the ball perfectly to the setter, that's a 3 rate. If the setter can get to it, but it's not, they have like 1 to get to it, it's a 2. If the setter can't get it, someone else on the team got to that ball, was able to keep the ball alive, it's a 1. And if nobody could play the ball, but it hit the ground, if you shanked it, or no one else could get to it, it's a 0. And we also decided just to give our numbers a little bit of a help. If we put it right back over the net, we're coming as a 1 instead of a 0. So we padded our stats a little that way. So our goal, of course, is that perfect passes all the time. So we wanted 3s all the time there. We were struggling to get 1s in the beginning of the season. We couldn't even average 1s. And as our season went on, that was one of the stats I was really watching. And that was one of the ones that really improved. We got better. We kept improving that number. And Abby led the team. She was our best passer. And because of that, we stuck her in a defensive position. I actually have that in my notes later. She passed at a 1.4 clip. And then Lydia and Maggie and Leah were both close at 1.1 and 1.0. And then passing is after you do the serve receive and the ball goes over and it comes back to you, and then you play the ball, that's just a regular pass for the defensive play. So that's it's a different feel than the serve receive. And again, Abby led the team in those statistics too. And the other 3 right there with her. Hitting is when you swing at the ball as an attack. You call it spike, you call it hit or swing, but you're attacking the ball and sending it over to the other side. And we keep stats on that too. And usually we end up in the negatives because you usually have more hitting errors than you do actual kills when you get a point off your hit. And a lot of times you hit the ball, you place it, and it's just nothing. So we take our kills and subtract our errors, and that's our percentage for that. So we had 2 girls who got in the positive for the year, who weren't in the negative numbers. So that's always encouraging and exciting. Danica was one of them at 0.400. It's like a baseball stat, 0.400. And the cool thing is she only started hitting like she had, okay, this is on my notes later too. So I should just go to those notes, right? But I keep going with them anyway. So I'll tell you right now, then I won't say it either. She had the very first legitimate kill of the season against LCCS in the very first game, the very first legit kill. And so she had that kill. I think she might have had 1 swing after that, and then she didn't swing. But the rest of the season, she didn't take the swing of the ball until the last 2 weeks. She started swinging again. So that means that overall she had 5 attempts, and she rated 2. She had 2, ended up 2 best. Good job, Danica. Let's see. Maggie had 41 swings for the season. So just compare that to Danica's 5. Maggie swung 41 times. She ended up even. Perfect, just even stats. 10 kills, 10 errors, even. So that's really good, Maggie. For all those kills, staying on positive. Good job. And Abby led the team in kill in swing attempts at 54. Now, Maggie being a setter doesn't get as many opportunities to swing the ball. So for her to actually be up that high was very impressive. She had that many tries at swinging. So good job, ladies. I think that's all those kinds of stats. Are you guys bored yet? Yeah. But it's about you and then. So let me get to my girls. I'm gonna start with my 8th graders. So I'm gonna have Maggie and Abby come on up. So what you're going to get from me is a photo mat. And so the project isn't finished, but you're each going to get a photo mat from me, and you're going to sign the sides. So I don't have one completely finished yet. But it'll be our team picture, okay? And then you'll sign the sides, and I'm going to put a title on and our team little spot. So we'll do that. Okay. So you're going to get the mat from me right now. So you can put your name on that, and then you can each sign. So you guys are going to be the ones handing these out. Maggie, I'm going to talk about you first. So Maggie was my lead setter. She brought experience and leadership to the team. She was very consistent at serving, as you heard from her cases, and her 91% average of the year, and the most served attempts, 107. She only missed 10 serves throughout the year. So she only had 10 serving years throughout all the 24, 20. No, it was more than that. It was good meetings. 107. Just 8. No, just maybe just right. Just 8. So yeah, that's just an 8. She had more than me. She was starting to realize her role at the net could be much more than just setting the ball for the other players to hit as the season progressed. And she learned that she could be very effective taking that second ball over when it was tight. And then she got a bunch of kills, tipping it over or taking a swing. She's taller. She could reach up and swing and hit the ball over, got a lot of kills that way. So she was figuring that out. And in our very last 8 match, she won. And that was very exciting. We had a huge block at the net for a point. We were all super excited. In fact, I think you forgot. I'm watching the videotape last week. I watched it a lot. You watched it a lot. Because we're all on video this year. Because then you went back and she's like wandering around for a while, like lost in the court, like, where am I? What should we be doing next? I was just really excited. We've been working on blocking with her and Zoe because they're taller. So it was really cool to see her do that big block. So good job. These 2 8th graders were my captains. Maggie is a natural leader, so she was just a natural fit as a captain. She understands the game very well. She's very much a student of the game and understands it. And I often found that since I didn't have an assistant coach with me, I often ran ideas that I was thinking of trying by these 2. I would kind of bring them in and talk to them and say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, or what do you think of this idea? And I really appreciate their feedback because, like I said, Maggie had a great understanding of the game. So she was like my assistant coach a lot of times. So she knew that she was. So on my, this idea of 1 Corinthians 12 body parts, Maggie is my head. Or the brain. She understands the game so well. So that is Maggie. Now, Abby is a natural athlete, as I'm sure you all know. She's very energetic, she's very clear, she's very competitive. She is a cheerleader. If they had cheering here at LAMS, I'm sure she would be on the cheerleading squad. When she was on the sideline, she was loud. So she was a great cheerleader. So because of that, Abby is on part. She was a good all-around player. She could have played any position for me and done well, but where we really needed her on the team was her defensive skills and passing. And so she became the anchor to our defense, and she played a position called libero, which can go in at any time in the back row for any player. She still managed to get in her swings. She had 54, and her kills, she had 8 kills. And she was probably Maggie's favorite target. She also had a big serve. She did a good job for us at the service line, averaging at 93%. And she finished with perfect serving record in 9 of the last 11 matches. She was 100%. So she did well that season. Her leadership skills made her a natural captain, and she was often taking charge during the pregame warm-ups and the stretches and the drill. At practice, she always led out in the pregame, in the warm-ups. And both of these girls were excellent captains because they led by example. So I appreciate you guys and what you did as captains this year. Thank you so much. Now, your job now is to hand out those things. Lydia. So Lydia is very steady and she's a very hard worker. And she is focused, very focused in what she does. So she was a great support on the team. It was just great having someone down on the team because you could depend on them. They were very dependable. She was a very dependable player. So she was a support role in every other position on the court. She was my #1 outside hitter. So she had 27 swings. She had, I think you took a swing in almost every game. Tried to have it almost every game. She had 6 kills and she only had 7 errors. I wrote 20 down here. Does that mean you had 20 attempts? She was also my backup setter. So if Aaliyah was struggling, or Maggie needed a break, or we just wanted to mix things up a little bit, and Aaliyah was my backup setter. She was my backup libero. If we needed a defensive switch around, that was Lydia's role. She came in, she was solid at defense. So she was just kind of that support system for every position on our team. She was great at serving, as we already talked about. Her only glitch was that the game we don't want to talk about because we were never there. I don't know who was there. It wasn't us. So she was like on a roll, serving 100% in 9 games, leading up to that. The one I'm going to talk about. And then it took her like 2 or 3 games to get back into the, I don't know what you would call it, back into the rut again, serving. And then she finished out the season with another run of 100% serving games. So great job, Lydia. It was the saddest day at practice when I learned she's not coming back. I had to go home and cry. No Lydia next year. So very sad. Trying to talk to me for half a year. Just to play volleyball. But Lydia is my engine. And I didn't know how you draw an engine in a person. But she's like the thing that gets us going, keeps us going, you know, the motor that keeps us running. So I'm going to put her right here in the middle. She's just the engine and motor that keeps us all going. Aaliyah. Aaliyah has speed, and she has energy, and she has lots of enthusiasm, and she's also athletic. So she took on a very important role for us as our second setter, and I don't know if she really wanted to be the second setter. I don't think I asked her, I just put her there, and she did a great job for us. She feels like she struggled a lot, but she did an awesome job. And I'm going to be counting on her next year to be the center of our offense and work on those hands over the next 9 months. You have when the season starts. Her speed and her quick reactions and reflexes, she could cover a lot of area. So it was great having her there because as I was talking about those pass ratings, if the center could get to it, then they did a 2 instead of a 1. So Aaliyah saved a lot of these girls' numbers by getting to these balls and getting them up and playing them. So good job, Aaliyah. Miss Speedy, she also is the best squealer. She squeaks all the time, but not in games, just at practice. So she must be controlled. In my body, my first strength and spell person, Aaliyah is our hands and feet. Hands for setting, feet for her quickness, so I'm just gonna go. We have plenty of good hands there. So she didn't get chances to swing at the ball, but she realized she really wanted to try that. And so she started looking for those chances. So I noticed in the stats as I was going over them that she really started taking swings towards like in the last 2 weeks of the season. And she came to me and said, do you think someone else could set in the E games so that I can swing at the ball? So we did that. We made the adjustment to Lydia and Maggie set so that Lydia could hit. So she enjoyed that chance, right? All right, thanks, Lydia. Can't wait for you to come back next year. So there's 4 up here. She's the only one coming back so far. Who's next? Danica. Woo! Go, Dee! Okay. So I found out that Danica has a very fun personality. We never knew what was going to come out of her mouth next. What we could talk about in timeout. Meat. Timeout. Oh no, we never knew what she might say. So she was our funny bone. Everybody needs a sense of humor. It helps you get through the rough patch of life. And so Danica brought a sense of humor and lightheartedness, especially when you go winless for the whole season. It's nice to have a good attitude like that. So Danica, so you guys gotta know, everybody was Maggie. Yeah, I couldn't think of their name, I just called them Maggie. So it's always Maggie Fridays. Maggie, yeah, everybody was Maggie. Danica filled the position as our other outside hitter, and when Abby was libero. And Abby was libero most of the time. So Danica took that other outside hitter position a lot. She set it at the first legit kill of the season. Let's see. She could be all over the place with her serving, but when she was on, she was tough. She was tough. But then if she wasn't on, then it was over. But when she was on, she had a tough serve and she served well. Her best game was probably the first time we played Lidditz Christian. I thought you had a really great game over there against them. So, Danica, will you be coming back next year? Yeah, good. All right, Zoe. Woo! So, the thing I'll always remember about Zoe is that she skipped everywhere she went. She would skip to her next position when we rotate, and she'd always have to keep little details in, and would bounce all around. That's my memory of Zoe. She just had the best attitude, just a very happy, I don't know, Skippy, should we just call her Skippy? Yes, Skippy. She is super sweet. She is the kindest person I think I've ever met. She just is I just want to squeeze her and give her a big hug. I forgot what Danica was.
She was at Walmart.
Oh, it is. All right. On the court, Zoe had at least one hit attempt in almost every game. She was usually successful. She always seemed surprised. I don't know where she was, but she's a lefty. Every once in a while, she would just go and hit it right. And I'm not sure why she just switched, but hey, if you can hit with both hands, you ought to just keep working on that skill. Work on that till next year, Zoe. No one will know if you're a lefty or a righty. She had a wicked serve, and she used it to demolish the B teams we played.
Yes.
Her match with High Point was probably the high point of her season. And I think her best game was against High Point. In my body, she is a spirit of light and joy. So, I don't know, we'll just make some sunbeams coming out of this girl. And that's Zoe. And after Danica's silliness, it was nice to have Zoe's calming influence there too. Kind of figure things out. So, Zoe, I hope you come back next year.
Yeah.
Rachel!
No.
So, Rachel was the only sixth grader on the team, and the only newbie, everyone else had played before. So, she obviously is my most improved player, I've ever played before. Especially in her passing skills. She started to get more confident in that, which is the key in being able to pass and be confident in what you're doing. She was in a tough spot because really she is a lead player, development player. She had to play in day games all the time because obviously we have 7 girls. And so that was tough. I mean, she didn't get a chance to really develop skills in a kind of play where it's more of a lower level, people still just learning their skills. So she had to just jump in and play at the A level. Not only that, well, I was glad I didn't have to meet. She never complained. She always had a great attitude. She was always upbeat. In fact, our first game, she started on the court, and I think we started out right away. She came out almost immediately and sat on the bench with Abby waiting for her. And then it took a long time for Abby to get across the back row. And I'm just feeling bad because you're just like missing out on the whole game, sitting there deciding not to do play. And she's just sitting there going, "This is awesome! I get to watch from the front row." I'm like, you know, that's a great attitude to have. She didn't care that she was not playing. She was happy to be a part of the team and to be here. And so I just thought it took a lot of courage for Rachel. First of all, to come out for the team being the only 6th grader, and second of all, just to stick with it, being new and being, the only 6th grader. So for my body, she is courage. And I'm not sure where I'm putting the courage on here. Abby wants to be with now. I'll just put Rachel in here. A lot of the last 3 are just kind of attributes you want to develop in your life. Being able to find the silver lining in the cloud, like Danica can. Zoe, just having that peace, that sense of just calming influence. And then with Rachel, just the courage to face new challenges and stick with them and see them through. So thanks, Rachel, for sticking with it. That's it. That's our team for the year. Woo! Now,
There you go!
Thank you, girls volleyball, for your leadership guiding the season. Now for boys soccer, Khrushchev, second year coaching, don't think she made her last year. And personally, he's done a great job with you guys. As I kind of mentioned, after your last game, when we had the supper after that, I thought this season could be a special season because we only had like 8 middle school boys that were going to play. Open up with 5th graders that year. You're 8th grade now, and was 5th grade then. I had 8 boys come out. And so a lot of you have 4 years experience, and I think that showed this year. Coach Khrushchev, obviously, you know much about his background. I don't know a lot, but very skilled player, a lot of success individually and probably with the team. So he was well positioned. You guys got the season, so we'll turn the time over to him.
Okay. Going into the season, I didn't really know what to expect, all the stuff going on in the world. So, I think the first practice, when we had like 9 people show up, so I'm like questioning whether we're actually going to be this the right way of talking about it. But second practice, we had enough to have a lot of players on the field, which is how much you need. And first game, as they were trying to learn how to play soccer, this was actually my first year coaching by myself. So I had to learn how to coach, which is more different than I thought than actually playing on the field. It was a good learning experience this year. We ended up going 11-1-1, which is pretty good. Yes. a row where we conceded less than one shot less the whole entire game. So that's like an achievement you don't care about like anywhere. Middle school or high school. The one game we did tie, I kind of want to count that as a win because we had like 5 chances at the end of the game. That's game time. Hit the crossbar. Hit the crossbar from like 5 yards out. Right. But yeah, we did it to win that game, but like we still ended up beating them second time with the huge improvement this last year. We lost them, I don't even remember this one. 5-2, which is, was it 5-2? Which is like way better than like what I expected. Because last year we had Michael, Caleb, and Brady. They were some of our top players that year, defense, midfield, and offense. We had a lot of players that had to fill in, and we did that better than I thought. It was really awesome. In the one game we did lose. I still think that if we played them again, we could probably at least tie them because we just entire day. So, now I have some certificates to give to the players for their achievements. First one is Riley. Most skillful player award does 30 games, you'd be nagging people just for fun. And you give the skills that you don't even see in some high school. It's really cool. All right, next one, Brennan. The midfielder of the season award, because it didn't matter like how big the other team was, we could still like attack the ball and win it. Just run everywhere on the field. Next, Landon Buckholder. We got the most energetic award. Because even if he wasn't even on the field, it'd still be encouraging people yelling about it, doing the chants and everything. All right, Blaze. Blaze, I gave the most fruitful award. Because no matter what I would tell him to do, he'll listen, not say a word, like some people, and try to do what I told him to do to the best of his ability. So it was really awesome to see. All right, Wade. Second player of the season, he was also our top scorer. And Cody were the only ones that had this, which was scored 3 goals or more in the game. It was really cool to see. I have this one for Cody. He was like, not here for a decision. Right? Yeah. But I gave him the most improved shot award. Because last year, Cody even like hit the ball off the ground. He ended up scoring 3 goals in the game, which was really cool to see. Yeah. I gave him the most fun player award. One of the examples I gave him that is when I put a big goal against, I forget which team it was. I turned around because we had the ball in their half like the whole entire game. I turned around and he's pretty much sitting in our goal. He was playing goalie. He was pretty much sitting in our goal, playing with the grass, playing in the net. Oh wait. Goal fire up the air, but I would also give him this. He saved so many shots for us to save so many games. Like I'll also give him the most aggressive player. Which can be a good thing, but it's sometimes be a bad thing. I put him on the field and like within a minute he'd end up running into someone. Without size, right? Of course. Alright, Wes. Defender of the year. This year, Wes. Last year, Wes was a really good defender, but this year he improved so much. It was really awesome to see. Nobody really got past him and knew just dominate that guy.
Halo. Most improved defender award. I gave him that because this year, whenever the ball would go on his side, I could always trust him because I don't remember any time somebody would pass him unless the ball bounced over him. It was that. All right, Elvin Saunders, he's not here today, but I gave him the most improved dribbling award. Last year, didn't play as much as he probably wanted to this year. I played him a lot more because I saw his improvement in his foot skills, and it was cool to see. Jordan. Player of the year. Jordan was our top assister. He did take all our corner kicks, well, most of our corner kicks, and his passes were just perfect. How many assists do you have in 1 game 5? Yeah, which is really impressive. And Zimmerman. Most dependable player award. I could put him anywhere on the field, and I could trust that no matter what position he was in, to do a good job.
Body parts are weak.
Really tough. Those are our 2020's fall sports party. Thank you for all your efforts. You had a lot of practices, quite a few matches and games, and it takes effort, it takes dedication, a willingness to now work hard to be successful. And I think importantly is hopefully you saw improvement from the beginning of the season to the end. And so if you did, I think that's success. We can find success in that way. So thank you, coaches, thank you, players, thank you, parents, for all of your input in the LAMS fall sports of 2020. 8th graders, I'll probably miss watching you play because obviously your fall sport is done. And so best wishes to you, and you can move on to any high school sports at any time. Let me pray and be dismissed. Father God, we thank you for this opportunity to just reflect on our fall season that recently concluded. I thank you for the coaches and the dedication to teaching, training these young people. I thank you for these young people for the time that they gave, for their respective sport, for the energy, for the enthusiasm that we heard about, and just the opportunity they had to be together as a team, to work as a team. We know as part of the body of Christ, that's what we need to do. We each individually have to fulfill our part so that your kingdom is advanced here in this earth. So dismiss everyone from this place, give us safe and home, good night, bring us back, give us coming back more safely. Most of all, may our lives be a witness and testimony for you. I commit everyone here to your precious hands. Guide and direct each of our lives in Jesus' name, amen. Thank you. You can leave the chairs. I'll take care of those. Back if you have any equipment you don't mind putting away before you go, make sure everything's clean up here. If you have problems, that would be great. Thank you.
We're all signing each other.
Yes. You always get that award.
But like, I can't. And he's like, wait, where's Rachel? Oh, she's. Yeah, I'm.